Well, on the same day when one of the Acolyte stars, Manny Jacinto's like, there was going to be so much Plagueis in seasons 2 and season 3, and I don't want to get into spoilers just in case there's a chance. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but maybe, just maybe, we can make this happen someday. On the same day that news comes out, some other news comes out from the other Asian member of the cast, and that is Lee Jung-jae. I know he was your favorite. Master Soul was your favorite.
He was,
Jeremy.
Man, I loved listening to him say things that I could not understand. I thought it was fantastic. Even the subtitles would get confused on what he was saying.
Well, that isn't going to bode well for our argument here. But Lee Jung-jae was shocked by the racist backlash in the Acolyte. My feelings were hurt. I can only have faith that racism will end someday. Now, yes. despite Jeremy not thinking he was the worst part of the show, most people, even people that fucking hated it, actually felt like he gave one of the best performances that his character, even if people didn't like the direction they took with him, at least his performance, despite the fact that he can't actually speak English, was more compelling than virtually anyone else's in the show. But apparently...
I thought he fucking was. I thought he was trash. I hated him. I thought he was absolute garbage, and I couldn't stand him. I couldn't stand listening to him try and pretend that he was trying to put some elite acting into it, but in reality, he was just. It sounded like he was trying to take a shit the whole time he was talking. Like he sounded like he was training.
I think you just hate Asian people. That's how they talk. That's a you problem, Jeremy. Following his historic wins, talking about Squid Game and all this shit, Lee continued trailblazing as the first Asian to play a Jedi Master in the Disney Plus Star Wars series, The Acolyte, a part that also marked Lee's first English-speaking role. The show's cast included Amanda Stenberg, Jodie Turner-Smith, Manny Jacinto, and led by showrunner Leslie Headland. But some of the Acolyte's cast members faced racist and hateful online harassment from toxic Star Wars fans outraged over the show's inclusion of diverse characters. Quite a way to sum that up, isn't it? You know, these people have been hating Star Wars since they saw Lando Calrissian. My feelings were hurt, Lee admits when asked about the experience after taking a pause, especially for Leslie Headland. Her feelings must have hurt a lot. Though Lee was aware of the passionate Star Wars fandom, he was still shocked by the racist backlash. The series was canceled in August, meaning the first season's multiple cliffhangers will never be resolved. Despite the divisiveness of today's culture, Lee has a positive attitude about the future. I can only have faith that racism will end someday, even though it's going to be hard. Lee is also optimistic that viewers will revisit The Acolyte. For some work, it takes time to gain traction, and I have strong hopes that people will like it as time passes. Well, I don't care whatever Confucius say riddles that he has for everybody about the failures of The Acolyte. The framing of this is insane. Despite Jeremy's insistence that because he's from Alabama and can't understand the man's Asian accent, the vast majority of people out there actually thought that Lee Jung-jae's performance was the best in the entire show.
I thought that Manny Jacinto, however you say his name, I thought he was the best in the show by far.
So you like another Asian. You like
he was fantastic. Yeah, you could understand what he said.
Yes. But this is just more coping. And is it a coincidence that this article drops during the same day that Skeleton Crew debuts? Who fucking knows? But Lee Jung-jae speaking out. Maybe they just translated all of the reviews for him, so maybe he finally understands what's going on. I don't know.
Where was all the racists during Squid Game? They just not show up for that one?
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, there weren't racists during Squid Game. You know, when people actually liked it, the show, it got all this praise. Suddenly the racists weren't that racist. But as soon as you're in a bad, shitty Star Wars show that nobody liked, suddenly everybody's racist. That's how it always works with these Hollywood fucking weirdos. So you're in like one of the most popular shows we've seen in the last several years. Everybody loved it. Suddenly, no racist to be found. But as soon as you're in a bad show and people criticize the show for being bad, suddenly everybody's just racist. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, this is bullshit. This is what Disney Star Wars does to people. It makes them want to be a fake victim. It's a cultural problem at Lucasfilm where they have been programmed and brainwashed to believe that any criticism that you're going to get is all because of racist. All of these racist, toxic fans. It's straight out of the Lucasfilm playbook. This is not surprising at all. Nobody, and to be fair, Ryan is right about this. Like, generally, like, he did get more praise than anyone, even in this bad show. He was constantly praised, even in our circles, is like, well, hey, I don't like this show and it's pretty bad, but he's the best part. That was kind of the narrative around this.
Yeah, it felt like he was the only one that was trying.
Yeah.
Now acting up against fucking Amandla Stenberg, who had basically no emotions the entire time. Maybe that's why he stood out to so many people. But and the fact that he didn't speak English at all, I didn't have as much problem understanding him as you did, Jeremy. But it did sound like it was maybe raised by Nemoidians. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this goes back to like the fact that this guy feels bad for Leslie Headland, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. This is it. This is insane, man. So thanks, Lucasfilm, for continuing to show us exactly who you are. They just have, it feels like they have a company-wide agenda to attack the fans. Hey guys, just attack the fans. Any criticism you're facing right now, it's just from the racist fans. It's not valid criticism at all. That's what it seems like. And it's like a cultural company problem that they have. And as long as the leadership at Lucasfilm is there, you're going to continue to get this time and time again.
Yep.